Up first, I got my General Veers. He's there for his leadership ability. You know, he's a solid character, but definitely did put much more into him than I needed to, other than getting Sith Eternal. I only have one tier 6 mod on him. I definitely don't have my best mods on him at all. Don't even have his ability Zeta, which I probably should. Would probably make this team do a lot better than it already did in this part of the raid. And up next, I have Admiral Piet, and he's one of the cornerstones of my my dark side teams. I got him trying to be a good balance between hitting hard and hitting fast. Got his speed at 295, really solid, but definitely not in the upper echelons at all. I got his damage pretty good. He's a Relic 5. I have his Zeta, because those stacks of Emperor's Trap are going to be key. I got offense mods on him, and I'm just trying to get him to be as fast as possible. I tried to get my fastest mods on this guy, just because he has such a great kit, especially for what we're about to do. Up next, I got Gideon. He's a Relic 5, and again, I don't even have all tier 6 mods on him. I'm just trying to get him to be as fast as possible. I don't even have all his abilities maxed out all the way. Again, want to get him as fast as possible. He's at a 329. So he's got really good speed mods on him, but definitely not God tier at all. I got a 14 speed, a 15 speed, a 17, a 15 there. It's not even maxed out. And then I got the 19 down there. So I don't have any of those 20 plus God tier speed mods on this guy. Gonna take you now to my shiny new toy, the Dark Trooper, and I just absolutely love this guy. That's what I'm putting all my resources into right now. Got him up to Relic 4. I don't even have a Zeta on him, but he hits like a freight train, and I'm just trying to get him to hit as hard as he can and try and get some good speed on him too, so that way he can get that advantage out there. He can boost turn meter for the other people in the team. And I just want him hitting as hard as he can. So I have some of my best combos of offense and speed on him. But again, they're not even built up all the way. Definitely got some more work to do with this guy, but for the state he's in right now, it's still really, really impressive. Can't wait to get some of these other mods up to tier 6. Sitting at 7441. And again, it just gets better and better. And last but not least, I got the Range Trooper, who's definitely the weak link of this bunch, but still plays a very important role. He's only a Gear 9. He's not maxed out all the way. I don't even have really good mods on him. He's kind of like the kid who would be in a group project and be with all the A students, and he would just kind of coast along. But he did bring that one valuable skill, and that's calling the assists for the other Imperial troopers, so that way those stacks of Emperor's Trap just keep building and building and building, and it's just really nuts what this team can do. So first things first, you want to get the armor shred going on Traya. You don't want to do the turn meter removal just yet. You want to put the inevitable failure on the Dark Trooper, because you want him assisting whenever Piet goes. Next, you're going to have Dark Trooper take out one of those sabers. Veers is going to do his mass assist. You're going to have the Range Trooper just take a shot eventually. And now you're going to have Piet targeting Traya with doing AoE. And the Dark Trooper comes and assists, and now's where the fun really begins. Alright, so the key is you want to get the turn meter train rolling with these guys, okay? You want to get the advantage up, because Piet's going to give that 20% turn meter through Veers whenever somebody gains a buff. Now, the Range Trooper, he's giving more buffs, more turn meter. Just going to have the Dark Trooper take a swing here. And just kind of rinse and repeat. And you're just going to see these stacks just build up and build up and build up. You know, Traya hasn't really gotten much turn meter back yet. And we already have 35, 36 stacks of Emperor's Trap. And you also want to keep putting that inevitable failure on the Dark Trooper, because A, it gives people the offensive boost, which feeds a turn meter, and also it just builds up those stacks of Emperor's Trap, and that's what the key to this is. Alright, you want to build up as many stacks of Emperor's Trap as possible. I don't know if you just saw, but he just hit her 4 times for over 100,000 damage. Alright, and just look how this turn, how her health is just getting more and more affected by his shots every single time he goes. You keep getting the stacks just building up and building up and building up. So that's the trick. That's why you want the inevitable failure on him, because he's going to assist whenever Piet goes. Throw in the range trooper's ability to give a chance for assists, and it just turns us into a real freight train of a team. I mean, we're just going and going and going, and you know, she's got about 50% of her turn meter back, and we've taken about 20% off of her health, 25%, and it just keeps getting more and more with every single hit, because it just keeps building up and building up. Just keep having those assists coming. You do not want to use Gideon's control the situation or whatever it is, where it removes everyone's turn meter, because since you can't reduce hers, that's not going to do you any good. You might want to do it towards the end when you're trying to get that last push, but you definitely want to make sure you have it for the beginning of the next phase, because making sure you have all these stacks of inevitable failure is going to be critical to hitting hard in the beginning of the next phase. So see how she's only gained just a little bit of turn meter, but we've taken off another 20% from her health, and these hits just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I mean, right now he's hitting her for about 700,000 every single time he's called for an assist, and that's when he doesn't even have advantage. There's 800,000 in damage right there. I mean, that's galactic legend territory we're talking about. Just keeps hitting hard and hitting hard. Another 700,000. Get the range trooper, putting the buff speed in the turn meter. More armor shred. Veer's calling his mass assist, and it just keeps snowballing. So remember how she got about 50% of her turn meter, and we were at about 75% health? Now look at it. She's gotten very little turn meter, and she's at 30%. And again, just keeps building and building and building. I mean, that's about 1.2 million in damage we just did with that one assist. And then the time I spoke, look at all the health she's lost. This team, if I completely max it out, is going to hit even harder than it's doing already, and what it's doing right now is still pretty darn impressive. Range trooper feeding turn meter, calling the assist. Dark trooper just pummeling her and pummeling her. I mean, look at this. She's down to under 10% health. And it's going to take maybe one more hit, maybe 2 more hits. Not from Dark Trooper. So now this is where all these stacks of inevitable failure that we've built up are going to come into play. Alright, because you want to open up on Nihilus, because as soon as those stacks of inevitable failure get knocked off, this whole thing, you know, the wheels are going to come off this train real fast. We have 183 stacks of inevitable failure. We're going to call for the mass assist right here, and it's just going to smack him real good. I mean, look at him. Starting out at 100% health. All right, 1 hit, 2 hits. That's 20%. 28% of his health on that one attack. I mean, that is Supreme Leader Kylo Ren territory right there. All right, look at this. He hasn't even gone yet, and we've taken away over half of his health. All right, we're going to throw another punch his way. All right, 29, 70% of his health is gone, and he hasn't even taken a turn yet. All right, So now Gideon is going to do his thing to control the situation, lower his turn meter, and just have Dark Trooper go in and punish him. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't get him down to the 5% and knock him out of the fight, because then I could have kept going on Scion, but this team definitely has a lot of potential.